What's up YouTube, it's Sean here, finally giving you guys my review of the NikeCraft general purpose shoe in this cream and light bone colorway. Today's video, as always, is brought to you by Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell eTPU insoles, which essentially is the same material you'll find in Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable pair for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and to me, I personally find them to be very comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and get 15% off your entire purchase. So this is the latest NikeCraft sneaker release, which is a joint collaboration between artist Tom Sachs with Nike. Releasing back on June 10th for a price of $110 US, which is the equivalent of roughly 150 Canadian dollars. These were raffled off on Tom Sachs' website, and then shortly following the release, the resale prices for this pair were sky high, approaching 1,000 Canadian dollars, but then once people started getting them in hand and started offloading them, the prices fell to around $400 to $500. So according to Tom Sachs' website, this is the new uniform shoe for the Tom Sachs studio team. And it mentions on the site that this colorway is the exclusive studio colorway, so I assume that means there's going to be future colorways to release later on down the road. But following the release back in June, Tom Sachs posted that there's going to be a restock of this colorway as well, and he urged people not to pay resale. So I guess we'll see what happens in August. Maybe they're going to actually flood the market with pairs of these. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box, and as you can see, this comes in this custom orange-based cardboard box. On the top of the lid, we have NikeCraft branding, and then on the side, we have Tom Sachs along with the name of the shoe, General Purpose Shoe. And then on the bottom, it reads here, own less, do more. And then you'll see the size label. In this case, this shoe is actually labeled as a women's sneaker. So the top size indicates the women's size, which is 11.5, which is the equivalent to a men's 10. So diving into the details of this shoe, so the upper of the sneaker, for the most part, this is constructed out of a cream colored knit material. And according to the official product description, it says that the knitted material is open enough to make it breathable, but it's tight enough to ward off a few raindrops. Overlaid on top of the toe box in this asymmetrical fashion, we have this fuse overlay to give you added durability, and then overlaid on top of this, here we have this suede overlay. This same suede covers the eyelets of the shoe as well, and it runs all the way to the top. And then underneath this, we have more of that same knitted material that we saw earlier on the toe box. And then glued on top of this, we have a white colored Nike swoosh. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have more of that suede, along with another suede overlay on the top of the heel. And debossed across it, we have Nike branding. And hanging off the heel, we have this nylon pull tab, which is done in a vibrant blue color. In terms of laces, these come with a thin, flat style lace, which sort of has a feel of a ribbon lace. Underneath this, you'll see the tongue is covered in this mesh material, but we have a thin layer of foam within it to give you some level of padding. On the very top, we have this Nike tag, and we have another blue colored nylon pull tab here as well. The interior of the shoe is lined in a very soft microfiber material, and you'll see that the interior of the back of the shoe is also very well padded too. As for the insoles, these come with your standard foam lined insole. It's lined in a blue colored textile on top, and we have NikeCraft branding on the heel. And if you take out the insole, you'll see that your foot sits directly on top of an EVA foam core, which is where the majority of the comfort of the shoe is coming from. And you'll notice on the forefoot, the EVA foam is sort of carved out, giving you that added level of flexibility. The EVA foam sits within this rubber cup sole, which is crafted in this dimpled sort of finish in this brown color. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, the outsole here is quite aggressive actually. It's constructed out of a black colored rubber, but we have a very deep waffle style traction pattern. And on the heel, once again, we have NikeCraft branding. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, I know tons of you guys probably have this question, but generally speaking, I feel like these do run best true to size. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a women's 11.5, which again is a men's 10. And generally speaking, they fit me well. The width of my feet didn't have any problems, but I did have to tighten up the shoe quite a bit to feel locked in on the back. So I feel like if you actually have narrow feet, you might be able to get by with going a half size down, but if you have normal width feet, slightly wide feet, or very wide feet, I feel like true to size should be the best bet. Next up in terms of the comfort, so overall this shoe is okay from a comfort standpoint. Like I said before, the majority of the comfort is coming from that EVA foam core, so I do have to admit that these feel more comfortable than I initially expected. I expected something a lot more brick-like, something more stiff underfoot, but there is definitely some level of step-in comfort and softness underfoot. It's just nothing too amazing and nothing that I would say would make this a very, very comfortable shoe. I also want to add that I think the shape of the foam core, it felt a little bit awkward to me. And what I mean by that is specifically underneath the heel, it felt like it sank in a little bit more compared to the rest of the shoe. So when I'm standing in these, it almost feels like the shoe is making me rock backwards because my heels sink inwards in the shoe a bit more compared to the forefoot. So I don't know if that actually makes any sense to you guys, but long story short, it doesn't feel like I'm flat and it feels like I'm caving in towards the back of the shoe, which felt a little bit awkward. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship, so overall, the material quality was decent. It wasn't anything amazing, but I'd say that the suedes were a step above the standard materials you'll find on a Nike GR. But in terms of the overall build and the craftsmanship, so my pair had some issues. There were some blemishes on the suede. There were some minor scuffs on the rubber midsole, not things that would make me super upset. And considering this shoe retails for $110 US, it's kind of in line with the price point. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, if you're able to get these for retail, I think this is a very solid pickup. Yes, it's quite an unassuming shoe, and let's not get started on the fact that this would definitely be in outlets if this was not a NikeCraft release. But that's just how sneakers are these days. Make it a collaboration or make it somewhat limited, and that's definitely going to drive up demand of the pair. But to me at least, I think design-wise it's pretty decent. I think this is a shoe that looks much better on foot than it does on a shelf, and I'm curious to see what future colorways they release down the road. If you're asking me though, is this worth picking up on the secondary market? At the end of the day, it's all subjective. Your money is your money. I don't think material-wise it's worth 500 to 1,000 Canadian dollars, but this won't be the first time that the resale price of a shoe isn't dictated by their true worth based on materials and quality. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this NikeCraft general purpose shoe in this cream and light bone colorway. What are your overall thoughts on this specific release? And for anyone watching, were you guys able to hit on the raffle? Did you take an L and pick these up on resale, or was it just a pass altogether? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8 for my photos. Check me out on Twitter as well at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.